Hi, welcome to another episode of Tarot Study. As I explore further with the Tarot Guidance by Tarot Oracle, which you can find on his Etsy store, and the Waterfall Tarot, of course. So let's have a look at deciding what we're going to explore in a little bit more depth this time. So what I'm doing is just going through and having a look at some of the different things. So we're going to look, let's just take a look at let's just go through here. I'm just trying to get, okay, empowerment cards. So let's pull out the empowerment cards. So we're looking at the Magician, so we're just going to pull out all the empowerment cards. So we're looking at the Emperor, the Magician, we've got the Empress, the Emperor, and then we've got the Hierophant. So they're called the empowerment cards. So let's have a read what he says about this. The standard royalty lineup. Empowerment cards are simply a source of power, indicating you have the ability to get that big project done or lead the crowd during times of crisis. It also shows people who are with more authority than yourself, such as a court, justice, police officer, landlord. These people or forces within your life can guide or shape your actions for good or bad, many times forcing you into situations you should avoid. Other times you'll see a great leader, such as a perfect boss, who can inspire others while being nice, kind and nice. In relationships, sometimes power cards can show a lack of power or imbalance within the authority structure. Maybe one person is pulling all the strings while the other is just following along, trying not to cause waves. When these cards show up, it's critical to find other combination of cards surrounding them to determine who is the power and what's being done with it. Once it's established, you can develop an action plan and get the result you desire. For an example, the Six of Coins is the odd duck in the mix. Also, it shows someone who clearly has more pull and authority than the other person on his knee. Oh, that's the court card to section for more details. It's a given card too. Okay. Movement. Okay, so now we've got movement cards. Okay. So these are called empowerment cards. Okay, so they're the ones with authority. So that gives me something to sort of think about today as I go through that. So we've got empowerment movement cards, which I don't really want to look at today. So Princess, the Empress, the Emperor. Okay, let's have a look at pregnancy cards. Maybe I want to have a look and see, what is about pregnancy. So, pages, okay, many times interpreted as children, they'll also suffice. Okay, the Empress is your main go-to girl when looking for pregnancies. Okay, so that's your main one, right? And then we're looking at pages. My next go-to baby card is the Six of Cups, which we already hinted at. This great card shows two siblings, could mean a new sibling has arrived, and of course a customary gift must be given. This could also be a hint of fertilization or the giving of the seed to the mother. I would say this is my number 2 biggest pregnancy card. Okay, so that gives us something to sort of think about here. We did talk about pages, didn't we? But I want to have a look at Two of Cups. Two of Cups Three of Cups. Okay, so just say Three of Cups. What does it say? So final, couple of last ditch options come to mind. Anything with children, for example, the Nine of Cups, plus the celebration card of our Three of Cups also. Okay. Well, this is interesting. Okay, it does say the Ten of Cups as well, because you've got the children dancing around, it could be as well. It does talk about the Sun card. These are just some ideas. And it does talk about the Aces. I talked about Two of Cups, didn't it? So you've got your Two of Cups from Astrology and Tarot, and Judith Hill's Medical Astrology book. She hints at Venus and Cancer being fertility and lactation improvement. Thus, the Two of Cups could possibly point to fertilization, and thus I believe it's a good indicator during a reading. Would this be a bit of a warm-up pregnancy card, as I call it? Possibly, but it's been reliable for me over the years. Okay, so he's found that to be useful. Don't normally do pregnancy readings, so this is a bit of a new exploration. I mean, I know it has come up occasionally when people have been pregnant, or it has come up, but not when people have specifically not asked when I'm pregnant. It's sort of more like if I'm pregnant right now. Okay, so Aces. This is the Ace of Cups. It's sort of the last one I'm sort of looking at here. Don't know if I've come across it. Might have missed it all. Oh, there is Ace of Cups. So when you've got these cards, and that's what I've got to think about when I'm thinking about a pregnancy. Okay, this is his recommendations of cards that could be used for pregnancy. So things like the Sun, Ace of Cups. So I've looked at, so to me, okay, so in my memory I've got empowerment cards. Empowerment cards are the Magician, the Empress, the Emperor, and the Hierophant, right? Now the pregnancy cards are Pages of Possibilities. Okay, so we've got, let me do it without looking at the book, if I can think about it. Okay, we've got Six of Cups, we've got the Empress, we've got Empress, we've got Six of Cups, we've got Ace of Cups and Two of Cups, so for sure. The Sun and Three of Cups. And then the Ten of Cups with the children dancing around as a possibility. Okay, so I've got them in my mind today. Okay, so I'm thinking about pregnancy, I'm thinking about being empowered. I've got that in my mind today. That's my study. So that's what I'm looking at learning those things, so that when I do a spread, depending on the context of the question, of course. So now I know what the empowerment cards are and the pregnancy cards. Example, a client asks, will I be empowered during this pregnancy? It would be interesting. Will I be empowered during this pregnancy? Okay, we've got Page of Pentacles. Feels like they're facing any difficulties. The Sun comes up. And then the Moon. So it does feel like there could be some conflict coming up. Could be a sense of a happiness and joy, so it does feel very positive in regard to that. And it is about moving through the cycles. So maybe, so a bit hard to do a reading on. Someone asks, you know, am I pregnant at this time? So let's have a look. See if am I pregnant? Or, you know, someone asks, not me particularly, but oh, well, Queen of Cups. Racing ahead. Okay, so it does have this possibility of nurturing the emotion side of things. Just feel could be that you're rushing ahead into the situation. Maybe it's important to take some time out, which is really important. Maybe feel like you're at a crossroads, not quite sure where you're headed, and it does feel like you do need to sort of think about things carefully. You do need to find the solutions to whatever problem's going on. So maybe not at this time. I would say no, you're not pregnant at this time, because there are some things that need to be dealt with. Okay, so that's interesting. So yeah, I feel like when you look at these, the book, it's about working through maybe just one aspect. Okay, so I've learned that's enough for today. Don't forget to check the links down below, check the links on my channel, like, subscribe and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care and blessed be.